morning, everybody. So we just kind of like rushed through my morning routine for you, but if you want to see it in detail, we have a video of that we can maybe link up here. So today we're just doing a day in the life. I'm working from home, and then we're going to go into the office for some podcast interviews. So that's kind of the plan for today. Pretty normal standard day. I have been trying this lung herb called lung clear, I think. Yeah, lung clear. It's like a Chinese medicine situation. You kind of make it like a tea. You drink it like 30 minutes after you eat. So I'm gonna get that started. It tastes okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. So yeah, I'm gonna make that, and then I'm gonna go get dressed and we'll sit down to work. So I'm going to work in Pomodoros, which is just like 25-minute work sessions and then taking a 5-minute break. What I really need to focus on this morning is writing podcasts and workshops. I'm gonna write tomorrow's podcast. I have 3 workshops to write for Brave Collective, and then a workshop to write for Enneagram in relationships. So I'm gonna do that during this time. My first meeting is at 11, so it's like 9:30 right now, so I have like about an hour to work before I need to get dressed and head to the office. So let's do it. All right, I got the podcast written. I'm on a 5-minute break. I'm going to finish this, finish the herbs, and then drink some water and get back to it for one more round of 25 minutes before getting ready to go. Dressed and ready to go. I'm just wearing my American Eagle jeans. This shirt I bought from Jenny, who I think got from Target. This is my sweater from Nuuly, and Brady's. All right, so we're just pulling into the office. I'm in a little bit of a pickle because I have a podcast interview at 11, and then I have one at 1, and a podcast to record for my podcast somewhere in there. But then obviously that's like sandwiching lunch. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we'll just kind of like have a late lunch, eat a snack, have a late lunch, and knock out all the recording while we're here, and then go home. And hopefully we'll be done with work by then, but that's an ambitious move. Yeah, so let's do that. Also, if I seem strange, I have a really bad headache, so I'm just kind of like, I might do weird things with my eyes. Yeah, let's go to the office. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast today. So podcast number 1 is over. Such a good interview. I just love Valerie. Now I'm going to go ahead and record a podcast for tomorrow, grab a snack, and then one more podcast to record, one more interview to do this afternoon. Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. We're back with another Q&A episode, but first, today's Rose, Bud, and Thorn. One more podcast interview and then I'll check back in. Wish me luck. Okay, so we are all set. We just finished the last episode or podcast interview, and my sweet angel husband sent me a text and he was like, I just transferred $20 to your account if you want to go treat yourself to lunch, because I have been really stressed and that's causing like lots of headaches and I'm just like, need a break. So he is spurring me to take some self-care. So I'm going to think about where I can get vegetarian food safely right now. And I'm gonna get some lunch and just kind of like eat it in my car and have like a little peace time, which is such a gift. So yeah, I'm gonna pack up and head on out. So I went to Taco Bell and I got myself a chalupa and some fries. Taco Bell is like really good for vegetarians because you can substitute anything with black beans. It's kind of genius. So I'm gonna sit here, eat my Taco Bell. I'm gonna stay in the parking lot and then I might go get a coffee, fancy coffee. Okay, so I started the day feeling just like so burnout and tired and headachy, and then Obi sending me that gift card, or not even gift card, just like, you know, sending me the gift to take myself out to lunch was just like the perfect little trigger that I needed to remember to just like take care of myself. And having that moment to just eat lunch in my car in the parking lot and to grab a coffee out and really just take a couple of hours to just kind of be in my own energy, in my own space, feel the sunshine, listen to the birds, read a little bit, like not look at a screen is such a gift. And it's so simple, you know, like it's such a simple thing, but it really makes a big difference in my nervous system and the way that I feel. Also, both of my podcast interviews today were just like so good. Like talked about like listening to your nervous system and paying attention and giving yourself what you need, asking yourself good questions, like all of the things that I tell everybody else to do. It was just like a good reminder for me to kind of take that time for myself as well. Yeah, I feel really reset and like I can like really feel my body and I feel really rested in a way that I did not think would be possible today. Did not think would be possible for weeks from now. So grateful. I'm going to continue playing hooky for the rest of the day. I think I'm gonna look at my bucket list for this month. It's the last week of February that I'm recording this, so I want to see what bucket list items I haven't done yet for the month and see if there's any of those that I want to pick up. I want to think about the garden because we're gonna have to start kind of getting that geared up for the garden soon. And yeah, so let's just play a little bit for the next couple of hours until dinner. I think that's gonna feel really, really good. Yeah, like I said, I already looked at tomorrow's schedule, so I think it's gonna be fine. Like what I have to do today, I probably can add on to my task list tomorrow and just work a little bit harder tomorrow, but from a place of like feeling much more rested and creative and inspired. Yeah, that feels like the right move. Let's see what we get into. I just finished my Peloton ride. If you watched the Small Joys video, then you know that I really like the scenic rides. I rode through the French countryside today and it got me nice and wiped out. Ovi's gonna cook dinner tonight, so I think I'm going to take a quick bath.
Nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. It had a perfectly round with polished chairs and lots of pegs for hats and coats. The hobbit was very fond of visitors. The tunnel wound.
Hello. So the boys are in there doing songs. I'm gonna go in and say goodnight in a second, but before I do, I wanted to talk a little bit about this unexpected self-care day that I ended up having. I felt like two big things came up for me today. The first one being that there's a middle place between rest or like numbing out and doing that is my happy place, or is like usually like if I feel like I'm doing and I'm deeply resting, like numbing out, watching TV or whatever, and I still feel stressed, that I'm probably missing the middle part, which is just time away from screens, time to be bored. And I took my bath today. Normally I would watch YouTube or watch a movie or something like that, but today I just took my book in there and just read and spent a lot of time off of screens, and that's so rejuvenating for me. Time alone, time off of screens, time not producing but also not numbing out, you know, productive rest. So good for me, and felt like exactly what I needed today. The second piece is just this thing, just a reminder to you and to me. I'm reminded of this all the time, that sometimes when it feels like we have more work to do than time, and therefore the time to rest doesn't exist, that's just silly, because I know that because I'm so much more rested this afternoon than I was this morning, that tomorrow my workday is going to be so much more productive and so much more easy than it will be today, and that tomorrow can take on the tasks that I didn't get to today, and with more ease and less frustration. So I'm just so grateful for Obi for kind of loving me in that way, seeing me, like knowing what I needed and just being like, here's a little nudge. And his little nudge kind of pushed me to jump right in. And honestly, like my 2 podcast interviews that I did today, we talked a lot about self-care as well. The first one we talked about Enneagram type 6 and how, just like anxiety and how to recognize anxiety in your body and how to be in your body and listen to yourself. And then the second one was all about confidence and self-care and self-love, and just kind of how sometimes our self-care activities are like a band-aid to doing things to like the problems that actually need to be addressed. Like, I'm taking a bath tonight because I am so tired from my day and from the way I'm living my life right now, but that isn't the solution. It's just a temporary fix to a larger problem that I will and need to address, which is just, why am I working so much right now? So yeah, it's been a really good day. It was a surprising day. Not what I thought the vlog was gonna be, but I'm not mad about it. And I think that oftentimes we talk about self-care and confidence and self-love of being a journey and a relationship and a listening. And as much as I integrate self-care practices into my day-to-day life, there is no amount of doing that will solve the need to listen to myself on a regular basis, right? Like, I woke up, I did yoga, I meditated, I journaled, I read, I drank green juice, I did everything you could need to do in the morning, and I still felt like crap. And that is just what it is, right? And so sometimes you still just need to be like, okay, like that's not it. What is it? And a lot of people who come to me, they're looking for okay, give me the recipe, give me the solution, tell me what to do. And a lot of times what we need to do is just get in the habit of listening and meeting our own needs as the needs arise. And I almost didn't today. I almost treated myself like a machine and asked myself to just keep going, but I switched, I pivoted. Obi gave me the needed nudge, and I'm so grateful. So maybe this will encourage you to do the same when the need arises. I'm gonna go say goodnight to our little and call it a day. It's about 7:45. I'll probably just edit you and then read until I fall asleep. So